Virtus in Veritate, welcome to FortiKast, sharing good vibes and bring the Mariner community together every Friday, 5 p.m. In this episode, we ask, well, we'll see. Please welcome your host, Miggy de la Cruz. Alright, so good day, 40 viewers. Yes, I'm using 40 viewers now because I realized some of you may not be Mariners. Anyway, we weren't here last week because we were having our wellness break. But we're here back here now and it's so good to see you guys again. If it's good to see me again, please comment down below. How was your week? No, or maybe the past 2 weeks. I want to ask you guys that question now because as you can see, it's just me today. Um, I know some of you may have been looking forward to seeing my better looking co-hosts. However, Alvaro Cordero is busy with another Parif project that we will be announcing in a bit. And also, he is the president of the SEB, so he is a busy man. Also, Anton Encarnacion is still resting, so he deserves it. Anyway, so just me today, and if you guys want to know how my week was, well, it's been all weird, you know. You know how I like to describe my weeks in one word descriptions? It's chill, it's stressful. This week is confusing because it's like a weird mix of both. Like I think my brain is still on break mode, you know. So but then my teachers are giving me all these activities, so it's like I'm alternating between I don't have anything to do, and then later realizing that oh, I have this activity to do, so I'm gonna try to go and start doing that, and then my brain goes, what activity? So that's my week anyway. So let me read some of these comments. I want to know how yours was week. Yeah, yours was. Sorry about that, guys. My brain is yes break mode. Anyway, so Sugar, hi, one of our loyal viewers, FortiKast number 7. What's up, guys? Yes. Oh, we have done 7 of these already. Well, us at least. Better carry the show. Yes, yes. Don't worry. Later it might get better. So anyway, just please keep your comments coming. As I always say, we do love to hear from you. Today, we're doing something a little different. I have realized that we have been talking about so many different topics in this show. But I'm really curious. I want to know what you guys want to talk about. So, for this episode, we will be having an AMA. Whoever's watching, please comment that down below right now. AMA. Try to guess. What do you think that means? While you're guessing what that means, okay, I'm feeling kind of alone over here. So let me bring in my 40 boys. Alfie, Frenzo, where you at? All right.
Heyo, what's up?
Hi,
Hey
long time no
guys.
see.
Not alone.
So welcome back to the show. Oh, well, Renzo, you were here last time.
Yeah.
So anyway, how was your week? While they're still trying to guess what that means,
Yeah.
what AMA
Okay.
means, tell us how was
So
your week.
so similar to you, me, like my week is kind of strange, if I describe in one word, because as you mentioned about the wellness break, we all enjoyed that. But then going back to school, it felt like that I didn't really recharge. Most especially Tuesday, because like I don't know, I felt so drained. Like I felt sleepy. Like I don't know what happens. But yeah, at least it's going okay. Like at least I was able to finish some of our tasks, different requirements, and yeah, it's right, I guess.
All right, yeah, me too. I don't know if I've been able to recharge during the wellness break because I was preparing for a college exam. So yeah, to
Oh my.
all the seniors out there, good luck on that, and to all those who are in college, congratulations. Anyway, Alfie, how about you?
I'd say that my week's a bit similar to you guys as well. It was a bit hectic at first. Actually, I had to attend a wake yesterday of a
Ooh,
very close teacher who just passed
hmm,
away
Oh.
last Sunday.
Oh,
So
condolences,
yeah,
condolences,
Alfie.
man.
thank you very much. So there's that, and there's also the the busy start of the new week. But to be fair, there's only like 5 weeks left before the Christmas break. So
Yes,
final push, I guess, before the end of the first semester.
yes, yes. Can't wait for Christmas, man. Anyway, so looks like some people actually got what an AMA means. Sugar over here, yes. And yes, Rafi de la Cruz, I just seconded that. And also, Vigbot told us about his week. So many requirements already due. But, oh wait, it's already Friday. I feel you, man. That's that's how
I agree. We all
every week
agree.
feels, especially in Fortibus. So anyway, yes, AMA means ask me anything, and that is exactly what it says on the tin. Ask me anything, or I
Well,
think
that's
because
true.
there's three of us, ask us anything, like AUA, I guess. So yes, we are opening up the show to you guys. Ask us any question that you're curious about, anything that you really want to know on any topic, and we will try our best to answer this. So I think this is pretty exciting, guys. So if you guys are excited, go ahead, comment down your questions, and while we're waiting for that, I will give you some guidelines for today. So as I've said, feel free to ask any question on any topic as long as it's appropriate, wholesome, and chill. It could be something fun like what's your favorite blank, or would you rather blank or blank. It could be something meaningful like why do you think blank, or how do you blank, or what is the meaning of life. I don't know. Any question as long as it's appropriate, wholesome, and chill. We will not be entertaining questions that are personal or sensitive. We are not going to call out any member of Fortibus or anyone from the Forti viewers or from the school. Also, maybe try to avoid very heavy questions. I mean, if you want to ask deep questions, go ahead by all means. I will not discourage that. In fact, I will encourage that. But just please keep in mind that we are in this show to chill and relax, and that we are just three high school students and we are not experts on anything. So we will be trying our best to answer these questions. But don't make it too hard for us. So, anyway, with those guidelines in mind, let's check out if we already have some questions over here. Right,
So yeah,
we could
basically,
actually,
just let's have a fun time for
yes,
answering
let's
these
have
questions.
a
Sorry,
fun time. You know,
Yeah, it's
just
very
us
chill.
bonding among bros. You know, or
get
to
to
my
know
sisters
us.
out there. All right, so here we have a question from one of our 40 viewers. How is it like to be a graduating senior high school student, and how is it different from being in junior high? Anyone want to start, or should I start for that?
I guess I can.
Okay, okay, go ahead,
Okay,
Renzo.
so so let me emphasize a little bit on junior high school. So obviously, junior high is like the leap towards the elementary or grade school, and junior high school seems pretty chill. Like, of course, you still have the workload, but at least it feels like that you have help then from the teachers, which until now senior high school you still do. But the thing with senior high now is that it's a junior college, so technically you feel more dependent with yourself. You can still consult with the teachers, but most of the tasks that you have to do is like it's all up to you. And as senior high school student, it's one of the things that you have to keep in mind is to keep track of your schedule, manage your tasks well. There's a lot of things to consider in senior high school. So, and how's it like to be in graduating senior high school student? Well, um, it's kind of nerve wracking to be honest, because pag next year na, it's gonna be my last year in Northfield, and I'm going to be going to college. So I mean, who knows? The future really lies ahead of me, so it's uncertain. So yeah, that's all.
All right, so Alfie, do you want to go next, or should I go next?
Uh, sure, if that's all right. I can go next.
Okay, go ahead.
So I think for me, by the way, sorry if my area sounds a bit noisy. I think for me, it's very difficult to try and differentiate being a junior high school student and being a senior high school student. It's almost like a very completely different experience so far right now, especially since we're like online right now. I think the major difference is that the subjects are more specific to college courses that you plan to do. Like we did physical science, and there was like earth and life science, and then we're also doing research, and then we're doing reading, writing, and we're also doing creative writing next year. So, but that's for the
Excited
program
for
itself.
that.
But yeah, same here. But as a student, I feel like it's also hard for me to say because um, I like me and Renzo, we're both new students in
Mm-hmm.
Northfield, so we can't really describe what it's like to be a high school student in to senior high here in Northfield. Well, except Nikki, he can explain. But
Okay.
for me, but for me and Renzo, it's kind of difficult. I guess the only difference is that yes, there is a lot. There seems to be a lot more workload than usual, but that's a good thing for me anyway
Mhm.
because it prepares us for college, which
True.
there will be lots of workload that will be given. So even if we don't like it, we have to try to get used to it at least, so that once we go to college, at least we're not just um, crying or just saying that we're suffering at all.
All right. Yes,
That's
thank
it.
you for that, guys. For me, I'm gonna try to answer this as a also as in the view of a member of 40Cast. The thing is, remember before, it feels like the week is just going way too slow. Like the weekend just can't get here soon enough. For us, not like that anymore. For us, it's getting closer and closer at such a fast rate because remember we have to prepare a live stream on Friday, and so the first one of the first things on my mind when I wake up on Monday is, guys, 4 days left before the episode. What's our plan? So it made, and that's, I don't think that's just for 40 guys. It's also with the work with being in senior high in general. Everything is feels really like such a rush because yeah, we're given all these activities that we need to do, and yeah, the weekend just seems to be getting closer and closer. So that's one. It feels super fast. And for another one, it's how is it different from being in junior high? The subjects now are very like specialized. Like before, you had your math and social studies. Now we have research, marketing, economics, politics, culture. Like those are very specific stuff, and they're their own subjects already. So yeah, and also the projects. The projects, they're very major, and sometimes kind of it could get dull. Like the teachers try their best to make them as light and as engaging as they could, but it can't be avoided that a lot of the projects will be like research and reading up so many articles that are so long that sometimes you feel like you don't even understand half of the words in here, but you gotta push through. It could get a little dull. So goodbye to the days of our projects mostly being like skits and dioramas. Just to say, sir, I am not asking that you ask us to make a skit or a diorama anymore. We already is pretty stressed enough. But yes, so while you're still in junior high school and you're having all those fun types of projects, enjoy those, because you may or may not get them once you reach junior high school. Just be prepared, be prepared to be sometimes overwhelmed. That's not a bad thing if you get overwhelmed at times. Be prepared for that. What matters is what you do about it naman. So those are my 2 cents on that question. So, Renzo, why don't you go to our comment section and choose what is the next question you want to ask from these? Because, dang, you guys
Yeah. Okay.
delivered. Thank you. These
All
are
right.
great questions.
Yeah. I'm appreciating all these questions. Okay. Looks like what do we have here? We got this one here. What is it like to become a FortiCast member? Oh.
You guys could answer that. I already basically answered that in the previous question.
Okay. Okay. Alfie, would you like to begin?
Sure. So, what's it like to be a FortiCast member? Well, it really depends on the position you are in. If you're in my shoes, then I think what it's like to be a member is, well, as a general member, it's really fun to just talk
Mhm.
about different ideas of topics, thinking of different contents we can try out an episode, etc. And then the actual process of making the episode is also fun. Having meetings with other people and doing your role is actually fun and satisfying until once the episode is finally released. I think it really is fun if the people in your group are people that you know instead of people that you barely know. So if you have a good relationship with them, then yeah, it'll be very fun.
All right. So, Renzo, want to answer next?
Sure. Okay. So, what's it like to become a FortiCast member? Um, Well, that's what Alfie mentioned. Like it can be pretty fun because this is like FortiCast is like an extracurricular activity, and it's pretty engaging because as what
Mm-hmm.
FortiKast is, it's really about bringing the Mariner community together. And
Mm.
yeah, as being the executive producer, well, it can be kind of stressful, not gonna lie, because you have to plot out your schedule, you have to plan out your meetings and all that. But all
Mm-hmm.
in all, once you continue to go through FortiKast, it will be really fun. So throughout the months that you pass by, for sure, you'll enjoy FortiCast just like all of us here in today. So yeah, that's all for me.
I anyway, maybe I could add to that. FortiCast is very fun. Here are some pros of being in FortiCast. One, being here in the stream is such a thrilling experience. If you enjoy amusement park rides, you would probably enjoy this because it is. Woo! Also, as I've said, it makes the weekend come here faster than it seems to be. So, if you just can't wait for the weekend, join FortiCast. It will make things go by fast. Anyway, so here's a question over here that I really want. This is okay. This is fun, but at the same time, we could unpack some stuff here. What's your favorite video game at the moment, Renzo? Care to answer?
Okay,
Thank you, Very God, for the question.
I am pretty excited with this one. Okay, um, so in general, I actually love racing games, but oh
Mm.
my, it's really hard to pick a very specific one. So, oh wow, this is honestly tricky to be honest. But okay, if I were to pick my favorite video game right now, it would have to be As for Nine Legends on mobile.
Mm.
I know that like this week it's been pretty busy, so like I didn't have the time to play as much. So I wanted to prioritize as much as I can my schoolwork, but if I do have the spare time, then I go play Head Asphalt 9. Like I play multiplayer, I play like
Mm.
a bunch of daily events and all that. I grind for money and all that if I have that time. So it's pretty fun, the because it's driving that the tilting to steer and all that. And then once you kind of like get a lot of practice, like you kind of master it a lot, the different routes and all that. That's what really makes it fun and yet a challenging game on mobile.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you want to download Asphalt 9, go ahead if you want. It's just quite a big space. Just a disclaimer.
Okay. Maybe I could answer this next. You said racing games, and I'm gonna be honest, as a kid, that may be one of my least favorite game modes. Not because it's not fun. I would love to play it. It's just that I suck at it. Like I couldn't do it well. So, my favorite types of games are fighting games. Something about that is just really exciting to me. And so, here's the thing. If someone asks you what's your favorite blank, a lot of times if you're very passionate about that thing, your brain just shuts down. Like just one. But I think because I have very like small exposure to video games, it's not that lot. It's not a big variety on video games. I think I could answer this question. I like fighting platform games like the Super Smash Bros. Is probably my favorite game of all time for now because it's the one I've been exposed to the most. However, I do not have anything to play. I do not have the game or anything to play it on. So I think I have to go with the next best thing for me, which is the game I recently downloaded on my phone. The basically what's like it's almost like a free version of Smash. It's the game Brawlhalla. It's kind of similar, sort of. So yeah, I think the thing about this is what's really just fun about video games in general, but also fighting games, is that they're a challenge. It's been already proven that having challenges and obstacles in one's life is very key to one's happiness. If you don't have any challenges, you won't be happy. So I think that's what makes video games fun, is that it challenges you. As Renzo said, sometimes you have to grind just to get some achievements and stuff. So yeah. How about you, Alfie? What's your favorite video game?
Um, so I think I'm kind of relating to what you said, like, because I'm a big fan of video games, and right now my mind's a bit blank, so I need to
Hmm.
think first. But if I may, since you said that you played the Smash Bros, may I ask who you main?
Okay, so actually, you're not the only one who asked that. Supreme X also asked who's my main. Um, well, my very first main was Kirby.
Oh yeah,
Because of course Kirby. Anyway, because it was super fun. Also because
respect.
as a beginner character, one of the hardest things to do was make sure you don't fall off. and so Kirby having multiple
Oh,
jumps was really
yes, that's
useful.
true.
But when I decided to expand my horizons a bit on the game and decide, maybe I could try a different character, I tried someone that looked. I don't know who this character is or what game he's from, but he looks interesting, and the way you play him, in which you press one button and then you have to choose between different superpowers, I went with Shulk.
Oh, Shulk. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. Apparently, he's
so yeah,
very
that's why.
underrated.
Hmm, I guess. I
Well,
mean,
that's
he was pretty
respectful.
fun. I have a distinct memory of my me playing with my classmates. There were four of us, and then they all said, "Oh, guys, let's all do Toon Link or something." So they were all switching, but before I could switch, they already gave it. So I was the only Shulk over there, and they just like, "Guys, gang up on the Shulk." Oh boy, I think I won that out of luck. Those were like
Oh,
pro
really? You won?
players,
Wow.
so I don't know how that happened. But after that, like they had an opportunity to get a new player, and I'm like, "You do that. I don't want you to lose this opportunity." Anyway, how about you? Who do you main?
Sadly, I'm a filthy Bowser main. Oh, Roy, that's a
Hmm?
good pick. I main Bowser, and the people in the Smash community hate him because he is too good. He's a heavy that's
Hmm?
fast and does powerful attacks, so people hate
Hmm.
fighting against it. But for a more respectable main, I also main Samus.
D-
And
don't
yeah.
make people shame you out of your main. If you really love using the guy, unless you're in like a competition and that guy has like cheats on them, go for it.
Ah, yes, but in Smash Bros, sadly, there's something called toxic playing where you
Mm,
use a special character and just spam. Bowser's one of them, but I just mainly use him because he's fun. But
true.
also, bringing Renzo into the conversation, since you
Mhm.
said you like racing games, Renzo, have you tried playing Mario Kart? Because that's the only racing game I've ever played.
Oh, I think yeah, I think I remember. Although
I think I played it once.
it's been quite a long time, so like I can't probably remember my past, but it's still fun. Like yeah,
Mm.
Mario Kart, really
So again,
good.
next time we all meet, let's we can all play those
Yes,
games.
you play
I,
the
I don't
Coconut
have
Mall
a
theme. Play the
I
Yeah,
don't
Coconut
have
Mall theme.
anything to
it,
play it on, so I'm sorry. But
it's fine.
anyway, let's move on. Here's another question from Mr. Tom Shah. Can you play the guitar now live? And I think it's either a clap
Oh,
or a break.
clap
Okay.
emoji.
Hmm. The thing is, I think it's kind of hard to do a performance, especially a group performance live remotely because of like internet issues and stuff like that. So if you would ever play guitar on the show, it would probably be like pre-recorded. And we might actually decide oh, I think it's because of this. This is not mine. This is like either my sister's or my dad's. I think it's just really good for the background, so I put it on my background here. Anyway, so if we could decide to do that if ever, keep um keep tabs on the announcements in the Fortibus Facebook page. We might do it. We might need your help for it. Keep your eye out for that. Anyway, you all guys want to move on, or you guys want to comment on this?
And
I
you,
don't play guitar to be honest. I play piano
I
more than
barely
guitar.
I
I
used to play
barely
guitar.
play guitar.
I
Yes,
used to play guitar and then I stopped.
I would say used to also, but like I still play, except I don't think I'm good. So anyway, moving
That's
on.
fine.
Sugar has. Oh, sorry, you were gonna say something.
Oh no, I'm saying that's fine. Also, I think the one neat thing, the reason why her guitars are mostly popular is because they can
Mm-hmm.
sing Harana, or is it Harana?
There, there. I'm gonna wait for the opportunity to do that. Why not? Anyway,
Wow.
Sugar here asks, rank these five food palettes: Italian, French, Chinese, Indian, and Thai. Although Vagbot also commented, no Japanese,
I know,
but
right? Like what was Japanese
I
in
have
this
a
one?
I have a limited exposure also to different food palettes. Like, but then based on my limited experience, Italian and Japanese or Chinese, really Asian food honestly is good. And Italian, those would probably be like some of my tops. Like especially, I remember like we were in a mall once, and my mom wants pasta, my dad wants ramen, and I was thinking, if only there was a restaurant that serves both Japanese and Italian, that would be great. So in these five that you ask here, possibly Chinese and Italian in the top two. Indian, Thai, and French cuisine. I do not have that much. experience with those cuisines to rank them accurately. So they're probably like tied in the bottom. I think I have some experience with Indian food. I think I can't remember, but I hear it's good. So anyway, how about you guys? You can also just talk about what your favorite cuisine is if you want.
Sure, okay. So I just want to add a big buck. It's like no Japanese, like seriously, man, like Japanese food. Oh my goodness, it is like probably my second favorite. Of course, Filipino will still always be my
Oh, okay, of
favorite.
course, of course,
Sinigang
of course.
adobo, yes. Support Filipino. But seriously, Japanese, like, oh my goodness, Japanese food is really good. I've always loved tonkatsu, tonkatsu, especially ramen. Like, oh, it's really, really good. Especially since 2018 when I went to Japan, the food in there was so good. Even in like the convenience stores, when we just want to get something to eat, and it's pretty sulit. So, yeah, just like if you, in case you go to Japan anytime soon. But going to sugar, Italian, French, Chinese, Indian, and Thai. Okay, so I'd say Chinese would be my number one as well, because like
Hmm.
I like a lot of fried rice or yang chow or pork chow fan, chow king, or pretty much any kind of Chinese cuisine or like hot and sour soup. And then second, I'd probably say Italian because pasta and all. Um, and then this is the rest kind of get might get mixed. I did experience a little bit myself with Thai food because back in 2019 we actually went to Thailand for a holiday
Mm,
vacation, but I can't
nice.
recall what food like specific food we ate there.
Mm,
But maybe I'll put a number three, and then probably four French. I guess I don't know. I don't know if creme brulee counts
I hear French
because
food is good, but I don't know if I've experienced it. So
I haven't experienced it yet. And then probably Indian on the bottom five. So that's my top five.
okay, Alfie, wanna have a crack at this question?
Sure. I think similar to you guys, I only know Chinese and Italian, French, Indian, Thai. I feel like I have forgotten the foods that they serve. But to make it quick, Chinese is number one still. I really like sweet and sour pork, Chinese style fried chicken, raw egg, corn soup, etc. Then Italian, because the spaghetti is also their spaghetti is really good, and other kinds of baked stuff.
Pizza.
And Thai is next, because I think I kind of remember enjoying some Thai food. Then Indian, then last is French, because I forgot.
All right, actually, real question right now. The pizza that we like to eat, would you consider that Italian food or American food? Because it came from pizza. Pizza is Italian, but the pizza that the style of pizza we usually enjoy is like New York style. So I don't know. Thoughts in the comment if you guys wanna take a crack at that
That's
question.
a very
Oh yeah,
interesting
right.
question.
Yeah, I almost forgot
Awesome.
about that.
I think if
So
yeah,
hmm?
nothing. Go
Yes,
ahead.
you were gonna. Okay, okay. Hey, anyway, we also have another question. Good question from Sugar. Another good question from from Mr. Tom Shah. But before that, I want to answer this question from Enigma. Like, can you guys talk about personality types soon? I'm really interested in those, especially the 16 personalities. What are your guys' personalities? Okay, here, here's the thing. I also love personality type stuff. I also took the 16 personalities. I'm an ENFJ. It was very accurate when I took it, and I think it's still very accurate now. If I'm not mistaken, my fellow co-host Alvaro is also an ENFJ, and I think what was Anton again? An ISFP? I'm not so sure. Anyway, so yes, those were really that was really fun for me to experience those personality types. But after being in personal development class, before I used to think that these second personalities were almost always accurate, like they're almost like to the letter, almost like for lack of a better word, infallible. But then as the more I looked into it, again personal development class. Here's what we've learned: personality changes like a lot. So you can't really sort people that neatly into 16 groups because they could be part of one group at a certain point in their life and then eventually be in a different group at some point. Personality changes. What doesn't change though is the way the emotion. So there's something built into everyone, I think, from what we've learned in personal development class. Something built into us and how we emotionally react to things. That's called your temperament. There's only four. Personally, a sanguine. But aside from that, your temperament is something that you could balance out, something you could cover up with your personality. That's what it's based on. A much better personality test, I think, would be Big Five, the Big Five personality test, the Ocean test or Canoe test, because that one doesn't sort you. It just gives you five measures. Just gives you five measures that you could look at your result and decide to adjust it if you want. Unlike the 16 personalities, which tells you this is you. Okay, it sorts you into a group. The Big Five just tells you these are your stuff. If you want, you could dial this back in. You could dial this one a little further. Just up to you. But yeah. Anyway, so Sugar here shares season INTJ. What about you guys? You wanna share or do you not know or did you take it?
Um. Okay, so like I'm gonna try to recall from our per dev or personal development class. So I just wanna like emphasize a little bit on like the five kind of basic personalities. So there's the openness, then there's consensusness, and then there's the
Mm-hmm.
You can do it.
Extroversion,
okay,
agreeableness.
extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. There we
Let's
go.
be
Okay.
positive and say emotional stability.
Yes, right there. Okay. So okay, so I don't see as myself as like fully extroverted because honestly I'm not super social, neither I sometimes feel alone at times. So I'd say I'm more of like the ambivert type, like in between introvert and extrovert.
Mm-hmm,
Because
mm-hmm.
there are times na I speak with some people, but then let's say if I'm involved, like example like a family member, and then I meet with my other cousins, for example. There are times when I kind of don't interact as much, and I also kind of see myself as an agreeableness type of person, because like
Mm-hmm.
for me I kind of like to show kindness, empathy to people, especially like if they need like a lot of help, especially let's say if it's a schoolwork, that they struggle with. So I open myself up to that, so at least they can kind of go on to my level, I guess, in a way, and just to make sure everyone gets to the end like with flying colors. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I see myself, my personalities.
Alfie, have you taken the 16 personality test or
Uh, no, I'm not really
okay?
interested in
Mm,
personality kinds of tests. The only ones that I kind of recognize is the one that we did in per dev where
mm-hmm.
where we did the four
For
core
temperaments,
character.
yes.
Yep,
Yeah.
temperaments where I'm sanguine, and
Sir, what?
even though a lot of people make fun of the zodiac signs, I just
Mm-hmm.
like it's just sometimes fun to believe, and I'm a Capricorn. That's all.
Yeah, it's like fun to like, let's see if you could get some things wrong or right. Yeah, I know you're just being lucky here, but just for
Yes.
kicks. It's not true, but I'm a Leo, so anyway.
Oh,
So
nice.
over
I,
here, yes.
that's right. I was gonna say, actually, because of my birthday, it's possible that I can have two zodiac signs being Capricorn or Aquarius, since the dates
Mm,
keep changing, interacting.
yes, yes.
Also, Renzo, what's your zodiac sign, if I may ask?
Oh, like I'm actually trying to recall right now, like
It's really
the
hard to
the zodiac
remember.
sign for Feb 19, because there's a different one from ano, from Gen Y up to Feb 18. What's the zodiac sign that starts at Feb 19? I honestly can't
I'm
recall
not too
right
sure.
now. I'm so sorry. Ah,
Anyway, so to those watching right now, remember the whatever star is above the sky when you were born doesn't have an impact on who you are as a person. Just remember that, okay? Anyway, so Sugar here says that he is an INTJ, which made my brother over here celebrate because he doesn't see that usually. The thing is, it's kind of weird. My personal type, the ENFJ, we are usually in like movies and books, we are usually depicted as either the heroes or like the teachers of the heroes. My brother's personality type is usually treated as the villains, which is kind of weird. The only times I was a villain was when I was Loki. Yay. But I'm also Aslan, so somehow I'm Jesus also. Hi. Also here, my best friend over here just changed the E in mine to an I, and that's us. Anyway, so let's go back to that question that we've had that I said was where is that? All right, there. Sugar's question. Okay, somewhat similar actually. Do the actions of a character or their beliefs and moral compass? Okay, I think he's asking us, what makes a person a good person? Is it their beliefs and their moral compass or their actions? Um, do you want me to go, guys? Guys, want me to go first or?
Yes,
Okay,
please.
okay, so I'm gonna go first. All right, so I think it's a mix, definitely a mix of both, but I think I'm leaning towards actions because well, what you do is almost always like what's driving behind it is your beliefs. So your beliefs definitely influence your actions. So if you believe in something like such a good thing, you have a good moral compass, but you don't follow it, I'm not saying you're a bad person, but you definitely have some like redemption of yourself to do. If you're gonna go with character, yes. If you have a good moral compass, but your means, your actions are questionable, that's not good enough, you know. But the actions that you do, if it's a good action, then unless they have an ulterior motive, then that's also a sign of good moral compass and good beliefs. If it turns out that they have ulterior motives, then I'm gonna guess they're taking an entirely different action altogether. So I'm going with action here. If we had to choose one, you guys want to take a crack at this, or should we move on to the next question?
Okay. Let me try to process this, although it kind might be a simple one. Because funny enough, I actually, because I think last week that I attended like a Bible talk. I was helping like my parents with the tech, and then we actually had a topic about morality. And then just yesterday we had a Bible talk about like consciousness. So it kind of entices here with the with the question the sugar said. So how do I answer this one? Actually, cat or release and more comfortable. Well, of course, like for to answer this one, like I think in a simple way, uh, just as long as like your the intention is good and then the act both the intention the act are good, then you know that it is morally right. But let's say for example that if your intention is like good but then the act is bad. So for example like uh I want to help my family but like I steal from the bake shop or whatever, that right there is a little different story. So I guess that's how I answer it right there.
Yeah, on the topic of stealing, okay, I'm gonna cite the catechism right now. According to the catechism, if it is a matter of if it's an emergency and it's you could infer consent, or if denying you of that object is uncharitable and against reason, then you are not guilty of theft if you steal it. You needed that, and if the person refused to give it to you, that's kind of it's kind of they're kind of not in the right either. So yeah, try to research more on that because that's a really interesting topic of stealing in the cases of emergencies. That's a really interesting topic. Anyway,
Yeah,
Alfie.
I'd like to say that this reminds me of that one time we had an essay with Dr. Santos in critical thinking. Remember that one question where he asked about where there's this a guy who was able to make a cure for this one sickness, and this guy who said he'd be able to pay the money later. Like so, there's this sorry, there's like this one question that Dr. Santos asked us in the quiz, and later when I answered it, he told me that my answer was basically something called the emergency hospital dilemma or something like that, where I forgot what it's about, but basta, it's like, what's the point of going to the emergency if like if if it's going to be something very expensive, and yet you don't
Mm.
have the money to pay for it. So it
Basically,
just reminds me of that.
it's like
Yeah, sorry.
in the story, right? The guy needs the medicine desperately, and the owner is refusing it.
Yes, even if he pay later on,
Yeah, in
he
that
wants the money
case,
now.
I really think it's the person who owns the medicine that's in the wrong because for one, the person is already promising you that they will pay. They are willing to be indebted to you, and yet the way if he refuses, that's uncharitable, that's against reason already. Because like, what's the whole point of why you made at least if your intention for the medicine was money, the intention of the medicine is still to heal. So yeah, it kind of goes against the duty as a doctor. So anyway,
It's very black. It's very gray, but not black and white.
before we get into the dark areas of that question, let's go with something a little lighter. Mr. Tomsha asked us, "What will you miss the most when you graduate from Northfield?" You guys want to start?
You can go first.
I guess I
Okay.
don't know.
I mean, I've been here for 6 years now, and I mean, even now, just being online, what I really miss about Northfield is for one, like it's a little cliche almost already, like the community of it. I remember walking into Northfield, and the very first thing I thought of was, "Wow, they're rowdier than I thought. They're loud." Like, but then now that we're in online, I miss that. Like, can we have a little more chaos? Because now we're staring at dark gray screens, wearing headphones, and everyone's mic is obviously muted because if it's unmuted, it'll be all too chaotic for online school. So I really miss that. Would be something I definitely miss when everyone's just being playful, and also just simply yeah, the community of it. Um, Also how it feel. Here's the thing about school. Kind of makes me feel reaffirmed. It makes me feel like I'm doing something right whenever I perform, whenever I'm active. That then that gives me affirmation, validation, and so that's something I will miss. Like from what I've heard, the teachers in Northfield, high school teachers, especially in Northfield, really they care about their students possibly more than college. I'm not speaking. I'm not so sure about this. Okay, I'm pretty sure teachers still care about their students, but high school teachers are really the ones who really try to get close to them, especially in Northfield. They're like they really care if you do get it right or if you get it wrong. They would compliment you and stuff if you do get it right, and that's definitely something I will miss. Yeah, that's it. Oh, and yes, definitely, sir. You are one of the best teachers I've ever had. So, thank you. This is I like to give this insight. All of us are natural good because we create good. Okay, thank you, sir. So, going back, how about you guys? You guys have anything to say? I know you've only been in Northfield for 2 years, and it's been online, so
Yeah.
it's not really the same experience. In fact, we could actually address this also in that. I don't know. How is it like being a new student as well?
Ooh, okay. Okay, so like, so when I first entered, like, okay, so I first saw Northfield like physically when I was still applying for senior high, and the campus looked
Mhm.
pretty nice. Um, it looked small, yeah, but I didn't get to see
Mhm.
the rest of the areas. I didn't get to see the chaplain, unfortunately. So I was only able to see like the basketball court and then like I think it was the what was it, the guidance, like the office, I think.
Yeah,
I'm not particularly sure. Like the
based on
one,
the path
yeah,
that
yeah,
you might
yeah,
have taken,
yeah.
you entered through the
So
canteen, hallway, basketball court,
yeah, 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 right
business
there.
office. That's
Yeah,
it.
right
That's all
there.
you've been
Okay.
seeing.
Okay. But then the pandemic struck, and yeah, it was quite unfortunate that I didn't get to see all of you guys physically. But what I can say about the online like setup, yeah, the first time I got into Northfield, like when I started grade 11, it was pretty chill, like, like, and many of you guys are actually pretty friendly. So I felt very welcome when I first entered Northfield. And surprisingly enough, I actually made a couple of friends in Northfield, so I feel pretty thankful for that. Um, what else? Okay, so I mean, there's a lot of like things I would probably remember. One of the things that I would probably remember is when Sir Henshaw was our very first class advisor, and shout out to Sir Henshaw if he's watching. So yeah, I kind of miss that when when with him back in 11, and then obviously also I'll miss when I miss the days I suppose when also Sir Guar is our grade 12 advisor. But there's also quite a lot with Noy. I mean, there's maybe not a lot I have been super exposed, but I think one of which I've been exposed pretty much is this one, FortiKast. So once you kind of depart from FortiKast, that's kind of the thing you'll miss because I'll miss rather because like this is where all the bonding is. This is where we build
Mm-hmm.
the friendship. But yeah, I think that's pretty much what I'll miss when I graduate from Northfield. But I hope I get to see you guys physically because I want to see you all once, like face to face, and not just online. So that's my take.
All right. So sometime after this whole mess is done, sometime reunion with the
Yes.
old students and the new. Let's do this. Alfie.
Wow, that just felt really heartwarming. Honestly, I don't think I can match that. Uh, um, I guess for me as a new student, I'd have to agree with everything Renzo said. Everyone here was very welcoming.
Mm-hmm.
When I first went to Northfield. So and actually, the rowdiness or the characteristics of this class is actually almost similar to my last batch in my previous school, where everyone was makulit, everyone was just
Mm-hmm.
having fun, less drama. But other than that, yeah, everyone was really. It was really fun to be with and watch others. It's and everyone else is also very welcoming. And I think the best part, Rin, is the interaction with the different teachers. Like there's the mentorship program, and
Mm-hmm.
all the teachers are just really nice and welcoming. And as Sir Rancha keeps saying, it's true that we're all like we treat the student teacher relationship here is like easy to do because all the teachers are down to earth and
Yes.
it's easy to make friends. And yeah, I think one of the things I'll miss the most is just the different interactions you have with the teachers because even if I've heard many stories of how some students are friends with teachers, I did hear that the many professors in college could sometimes be um less friendly, strict maybe as well.
I kind of feel nervous with that, to be honest.
But true.
Actually, I think about high school versus college teachers. From what they like, I see a lot of memes that say high school teachers say college teachers are strict, and yet in reality they're relaxed. I don't. I think what they're trying to what the high school teachers are saying is not that they're more strict. It's just that they are more detached. They're not openly trying to help guide you on your way. They're just "Mm, here. Here's the lesson. Here's the workload.
Yep.
Okay, so that's it. They're not more strict. They're just less close to you. You know.
Like
So
they
yeah.
probably just want to just train you just to prepare for what's to come because like it's
Hmm.
pretty different like compared to elementary. So like
Anyway, sorry
yeah.
for interrupting you, Alfie. Were you still gonna say something?
Yeah.
Um, no, not really. I think that's about it.
Okay. So yes. Thank you guys for all the questions. It looks like there might be some more here, but if you guys really liked this episode, I hope this was enjoyable and interesting and entertaining for you guys. We here at Forticast, we're really trying to experiment on so many different kinds of episodes. Um, trying to make the show as interesting as entertaining as we could, and it's all for you guys. So if you guys really like this, tell us about it. So maybe we could do this one more time. We could address more of your questions, but I think right now it's almost time to end. Maybe I could answer this one last question real quick. Favorite Mariner Cafe experience? When my best friend Libred me. Libre, is that a word? Anyway, that's it. Feel forever in debt to that guy. Anyway, with that, again,
Who knows? Maybe
oops,
you'll
oh boy.
see other people and you'll be able to ask other people about themselves or get to know them closer besides me and Renzo.
Yes, actually, yes. If you guys
Indeed.
really love this episode, tell us about it. We could do it again. We could do it with Anton and Alvaro. You guys, those guys have great answers to everything. So yeah. Anyway, before we leave, we have an announcement to make. Remember, tomorrow we will be having our Paris pilgrimage. This is the thing Alvaro Cordero is busy doing right now. So please join that later, tomorrow. Sorry. And with that, again, give us more of your questions if you have missed the episode. If you missed the episode, you're watching this hashtag team replay. Go to the comment section, the non-live chat below. Give us your questions. We could address those in another episode. With that, hmm, I think it's time for us to say goodbye. Virtus Invertate there. Oh wait, whoopsies. Almost forgot. Shout out to my childhood friend if she's watching right now and her dad. It's their birthday today. Hi guys. Also
Happy
shout out to
birthday
my
to
sister and her
you.
barkada who is watching this right now as far as I know. Thank you for watching, and with that again, okay. For real this time. Virtus Invertate, there is strength in virtue. This has been the FortiKast online show, sharing good vibes and bring the Mariner community together once again. Next week, we'll see what happens. From what I've learned, plans could change really quickly. But if any one of you guys out there is interested in musicals and theater, hit us up. Would love to guess you guys. Anyway, that's it for today. Stay safe. God bless. Fortuna Favet Fortibus.
Bye, guys. Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Thank
Hope to see
you.
you guys soon.
Keep safe.